Hello everybody, this is Stephen Howson, this is Full Time Devils, this is tomorrow's transfers today, and Manchester United have got our Zlatan back. He is now on the ins and on the outs. There he is on the outs, there he is on the ins. We've got him in both columns because Manchester United have re-signed Zlatan Ibrahimovic. It is official, and according to the man himself, he never left. He just upgraded his number. Zlat10 is the hashtag United chose to release with it today. There's been so much going on today, so much news, everything that's going on at the Champions League draw and everything else. Let's just think about Zlatan Ibrahimovic. There feels like there's too much positivity around the club at the moment, doesn't it? It just feels like there's too much going on with everything happy at the club at the moment. It feels like there's going to be a spanner in the works somewhere, but until then, let's just enjoy the ride for a change. We've had doom and gloom for 3-4 years as Manchester United fans. Can we enjoy things just going the right way for once, please? So I'm not going to say Zlatan's going to come in and he's going to wreck the chemistry that Lukaku's building up. I'm going to say he's coming in and he's going to help Lukaku. And there's going to be times when Lukaku maybe he's not at his freshest and we throw Zlatan in. What an option for Manchester United to have. I'm excited that he's going to be wearing the red shirt of Manchester United. He's excited because he thinks he's going to be picking up a championship medal with Manchester United next summer. And do you know what? I put us in the mix for that. What Zlatan can bring to us with what we've already seen from us is experience and leadership of someone who knows how to win titles. That is in short supply at Manchester United at the moment, and I hope Zlatan can be a part of one of the reasons that we get it back in the mix. So, he's upgraded his number, he's on the list, he's on the ins and outs. Some say he's going to be on half of the pay that he was prior to him going. So, in my head, I think that he's got to have at least accepted a less important role in the team. That's got to be back up to Lukaku. Somewhere just enough for him to pick up a championship medal in the summer is what I'm hoping he's going for. How do you guys feel about Zlatan? Are you happy? Do you think it's going to affect the chemistry? Do you think we need that kind of leadership? Let me know in the comments and I'll come to them in a second. The next one that we've got is Sports Witness reporting that Jose Mourinho has agreed to Andreas Pereira going to Valencia on loan. Now that's a little bit of a U-turn from the stance that he had literally only a couple of days ago. That's very interesting. He obviously shone in La Liga last season. Maybe he's looked at the state of the squad and he's gone, do you know what? No, you're probably not going to play more than a dozen games, half a dozen games even. Off you go. Go and play a full season. Hopefully the deal is right. He shone in La Liga last season. He can do the same thing with Valencia again this season. So good luck to Andreas Pereira. Not been given the green light technically officially yet, but seems like Jose Mourinho was the man that was blocking it. Maybe it's about to happen, and maybe there's some other youngsters as well, because I know that there's clubs circling, trying to get those players that are on the periphery, on the fringe, Axel Tuanzebe being one of them. Can someone tempt him to go to another club on loan? Maybe even another Premier League club. We've got the podcast coming out tomorrow, so make sure you guys check out the podcast. And obviously we've got the Champions League group drawn. How do you guys feel about that? Personally, really happy. I think we've got a fantastic Champions League group. I'm back in. I have no idea what happened there. I went to put the comments on and it just kicked me out of the app. Madness. There we go. Comments are on. What a team of giants we have, says Moshin. I wonder if Zlatan would work as well as a 10 behind Romelu. He certainly doesn't lead the line in the same way that that you get with Lukaku. He's a totally different style of number 9. But I think, yeah, he could probably play off him a little bit. Castle says Lamar would rather play for United than Arsenal. Is that not a given? You know, I don't know. Do I think this is definitely 3-5-2 now? Zlatan is back. No, I wouldn't expect Zlatan to play every single week, to be honest. John says, I'm well happy that Zlatan is back. Joe says, Zlatan behind Lukaku holding up the play. Lukaku would thrive, potentially. It can't handle Zlatan on the ins and outs, says the FullTimeDEVILS account. Is it possible / easy for non-season ticket holders to get Champions League aways? Are you insane, mate? Manchester United aways are rare. They're rarer than a Manchester City title win. So, Champions League win. Make of that what you will. Do I think Herrera is going to be a starter this season? Yes, 2 games in. Relax. All hail Matic, says Evan. Monaco are willing to sell Lamar for 68 million, says Dion. Zlatan said it in his interview that Lukaku knows he won't be challenging Lukaku to a position in the starting 11. I didn't see that one. That's interesting, and I like the fact that he's being humble enough to play second fiddle to someone. Fair play to him. I hope he does finish his career at Manchester United with a Champions medal. That would be fantastic for him. Can Zlatan take being dropped or being subbed, says Joel? Well, I think that's answered your question there. Get Lamar Cross into Lukaku and it's 30-35 goals. I think he's on for 30-35 goals anyway, to be honest. 3-5-2 would be very decent. Mkhitaryan behind Zlatan and Rom. You wouldn't play 3-5-2 with him in there. You might play him off the striker, I think. Love Herrera, says Jack. Do I think we will sign anyone else, says Anthony. I don't think so. I think that'll probably be us now going into it unless something comes up really well. Lukaku and Zlatan to tear City apart in the derby. I hope Mourinho just once just goes run and just lets them loose on somebody, because I think we could absolutely annihilate somebody if we was allowed to. I really do. Lukaku is amazing, really good performances. We need a centre-back like what happened to Aurier. What do you mean? What happened to Aurier? No idea. What do I think of Burton in the EFL? With all of the news that we've had from the Champions League group to Zlatan to everything else that's happened today, Burton's gone massively under the radar in the Carabao Cup, getting drawn at 4:30 in the bleeding morning. I'm easy with drawing Burton. I think it's alright. It's nothing major. I hope it's a chance for Jose Mourinho to play some of the fringe players in the squad. That'll do for me. I don't think we need to be taking it serious. Yes, we should probably try and defend our trophy to a certain extent, but it's not a priority for us. If we finish the season again with a League Cup and that's it, no one's going to be saying that was a great season. We didn't have a parade for doing it last season. We won 2 trophies last season. We did no parade. We was just like, nice one. That's got us back to where we want to be. Nothing like that. So I think we need to be winning the title, and I think we need to be making a bit of a stink in Europe, and then we can be happy. Until then, not happy. Massive draw news, Burton, correct. Where is my man Victor? Victor is earning his place in the team. Can you honestly say that the performances you've seen from Lindelof warrant dropping the performances that you've seen from Jones and Bailly at the moment? Because if you can, I tell you, you need to choose another sport, because Bailly and Jones have been absolutely rock solid, and Lindelof did not look rock solid in the games that we've seen him so far. What do I think of the Champions League group? Delighted. I thought we got Celtic. If you've seen the draw video for about a minute, I thought we had Celtic, and I was almost celebrating getting Celtic, but we didn't get Celtic. We got, who did we get in the fourth one that we got? Moscow. I got it wrong. So I'm very happy with the first 2 teams out. Not really happy with having to travel to Moscow. That's less than ideal. But I think we've got a very, very, very winnable group, and I'm very excited about that one. Everyone needs to calm down about Herrera because he didn't start the first 5 games of the season last season. Yeah, I think I think he will come into the team. There's no way the starting 11 that you've seen so far from Manchester United is going to be the starting 11 that you see at the end of the season in the same sort of shape and the same sort of system in the same formation. That's not the way Jose Mourinho plays. It will evolve over the course of the season. There will be suspensions, there will be injuries, and the team will find its rhythm, I'm sure. And I think Herrera's a massive part to play in that. Angel Gomez should play against Burton. Angel's not started a game yet this summer, so I don't think he's going to be playing against Burton. But there is youngsters that I would like to see given opportunities. Angel's not one of them at the moment, I don't think. Celtic would have been fantastic, wouldn't it? I mean, the Celtic fans are going absolutely bananas because they managed to beat Astana. So I would like to have put Celtic fans in their place. That's not going to be the case. That's not going to be the case. Ronaldo said Real Madrid is the best club in the world. How do I feel about that? Because he might cause me a slight tinge coming from him. Cristiano Ronaldo is a Real Madrid player. People need to stop treating him like he's a Manchester United player. He left us. He left us nearly 10 years ago. Yes, he's a fantastic player. Yes, he was excellent for Manchester United. That's it. He left. He's a legend at Real Madrid. He was one of the best players that I've ever seen at United. But let's stop going on like he's our player just on loan, because that's not the case. Spurs group has Real Madrid and Dortmund. That's a nightmare for them, isn't it? If we get Sanchez, missed that comment. Which English club do I think will be knocked out first? Smart money's on Spurs. Surely. Surely. How do ordinary fans get tickets for home league games? Season ticket. You can apply as a member. I think you go into a ballot, but season ticket. Have I had any thoughts about taking coaching badges? How do you know I've not got some coaching badges? Do I think De Gea will sign a new contract with us this season? Well, I was just doing my podcast and I don't understand why. I do not understand why De Gea is now being linked with a move to Real Madrid. I think Manchester United is extremely... Everything about United at the moment screams positivity, doesn't it? And it's exciting. However, if De Gea left, that would ruin us. That would ruin all the momentum. That would ruin every single thing that we'd started building up and everything like that. And that would be a nightmare, I think. United just can't get better. We could get better. There's a little bit of improvements we made on that left-hand side. Absolutely. I definitely think so. Anthony says he's not going anywhere. It feels like it's going to happen at some point, though, doesn't it? That he is going to go. He is going to. That's what it feels like. Does Herrera only have 1 year left on his contract? I thought they had an extension that they could initiate. Maybe I'm wrong on that one. I know Matt has only got a year left on his contract. Oh, it ends this season. Best channel going, says Anthony. Thank you, brother. Is Zlatan a good signing? Of course he is, mate. Yeah. Can I recap the Zlatan and do the sport witness thing, please? Loads of people have just joined us. For some reason, it seems like YouTube has only given you the notification 10 minutes into us actually being live. So I'll just recap everything for you. Zlatan is on the ins, right there, and he's also on the outs because he was released and now he's been re-signed. So Zlatan has rejoined Manchester United, and I'm not going to be thinking about the possible permutations about how this could affect anything that's going on in the first team at the club at the moment. I'm just keeping it positive because I'm excited that he's back. I'm excited that United have got these options in the attack, and I think Lukaku never had a season where he's had to deal with Champions League, never had a season where he's been relied upon to deliver the goods at all of these age groups. So I think having someone like Zlatan in the team, in and around the squad, being a bit part player, is fantastic news for United. So I'm not even going to think of the possible, realistic negatives that could happen in the Manchester United squad through re-signing Zlatan. I'm just going to say, Zlatan's back. We need leaders. He's a leader. He's going to help Lukaku. And United are going to absolutely do madness this season. What an option. What an option. You've got Lukaku for 70 minutes. He's causing chaos. The defenders are run ragged. 20 minutes to go. Zlatan, go warm up. Get in the mixer there. Oh, nice one. Oh, nice one. Thank you. Great. Is there a game that we could see Rashford, Martial, Zlatan and Lukaku? Please, Jose, just do that once this season. Just throw them on. Somewhere that we're going to win anyway. Just absolutely throw them on and just see what happens. When will Luke Shaw be back? He's already been back in for the under-23s. I guess we could expect to see him get maybe 5 minutes. Don't know. 50 million down the drain. Tony Marshall scores again. Is everyone feeling like another 4-0 win this weekend? Or are we just getting a bit carried away? I remember 99 to 01 when we had 4 top strikers. We did play 2 up front then. We don't play 2 up front now. It's a little bit different. So, don't know. But it's a good sign. I mean, we have got 4 really good strikers at the moment, haven't we? Mourinho has got his 4th signing. I think he was talking about 4, but I think there was clearly like maybe 5, 6 minimum that we was talking to. Why would De Gea leave? We are in the Champions League. Because he's clearly got some sort of desire to be back in Madrid. Clearly, quite clearly, there is some sort of desire for him to go back to Madrid. The club want him. He wants the club. At some point, I always have this fear that it's going to happen at some stage, and there's nothing we can do about it. So, one of those. Could Willock, Gomez, Mitchell or McTominay play versus Burton? I think Willock deserves it. I think McTominay and Axel should expect it, to be honest. Maybe Mitchell as well. Champions League hopes. A good showing. A good showing. I would like to see Manchester United look like ourselves again. I think we're going to breeze through the group. Absolutely think we're going to breeze through the group, and I don't think that's unrealistic to expect. But we can't kid ourselves that... I would like to see us go out valiantly, right? Let's face it, we're not going to get to the final, or we shouldn't get to the final without some masterclass tactical genius from Mourinho, because we're not one of the best 4 or 5 teams, arguably 6 or 7 teams in Europe right now. By the end of next season, maybe we are. Maybe we look a bit more complete. There's holes we can fill in. If you look back at the Manchester United teams that made the final in recent years, the 3 and 4 years, 10 years ago, and the 1999 team, look how complete those teams was. Look how complete they was. Look who was in charge. Now, can you stack that United team up against them? Not yet. But it's a very young side. It's a team that can mature nicely, and in 2 or 3 excuse me, in 2 or 3 years, I absolutely believe this Manchester United team can be on top of Europe and be considered one of the top 2 or 3 teams in Europe. But not yet. Not yet. So I want to say, I'd love it if we could, without going full Kevin Keegan on you, I would love it if we could do a tactical masterclass on a team that's considered a better team than us. Real Madrid, Barcelona, Juventus, Bayern Munich. One of those. If we could get one of those scalps to give the team going into confidence before eventually going out to a team that is ultimately better than us, then I'd be happy with that. I think we have to reach the quarter-final stage. But I think reaching a semi-final stage would be overachieving. So there's an ultra-fine margin. Ultra-fine margin that I think we're probably going to retain. We might make the Champions League semi-finals. I don't think we can win it. I think we could certainly surprise a few people. David Moyes got to... was it a semi we got to? Or he was minutes away from a semi? Sort of in a semi for 20 seconds with Paddy Evra's goal. We're not there yet. We are not there yet. So I'm not going to get carried away. I think we can do the league, and I will be happy with that, and I will take that. And I think we should all take that and be realistic. If we go out in the Champions League, we go out in the Champions League. We shouldn't expect. We've only won it 3 times in our history with some of the teams that we've had under ourselves. 3 times in our history. It's not enough. We need more. But we look good, and I think we're certainly good enough to win this league. I absolutely think we're good enough to win this league. But that'll do us. Right, the podcast is going to be out tomorrow. Make sure you check it out because it's an absolute banger. And we have got the guy on there, the actual guy who said he'd let Zlatan shag his missus. And of course we ask him about that. So make sure to check out the Full Time Devils podcast on this here very channel. That will be live sometime tomorrow. So make sure to check it out. Hit the notifications. Get the alerts on. Thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday night. And I'll see you in a bit. Laters.